All right, here is your daily report from World Conflict Live 247 for April 6, 2026.
Welcome to World Conflict Live 24/7. We begin tonight with a major global warning. Officials are now saying the Middle East is, quote, on fire, as tensions between Iran, Israel, and the United States continue to spiral, with multiple active combat zones and growing fears of a wider regional war. We start with what could become the most critical turning point in this conflict. A deadline issued by President Donald Trump is now approaching fast, demanding that Iran reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway is one of the most important oil choke points in the world, responsible for a significant portion of global oil supply. Failure to comply with this ultimatum could trigger direct military action. U.S. officials have warned that potential strikes could target Iranian infrastructure, including power plants and major bridges, in what would mark a dramatic escalation. At this hour, diplomatic efforts appear to be collapsing. Negotiations aimed at securing a ceasefire are faltering, raising the possibility that the region could see a major expansion of the war within hours. Meanwhile, active combat continues. Iran has launched a series of missile strikes into northern Israel, including a deadly impact in the city of Haifa. Several civilians have been killed after a missile struck a residential area. Israeli air defense systems intercepted multiple incoming threats, but not all were stopped. Emergency crews remain on the ground as additional injuries and damage are reported, and officials warn that further strikes are likely. The situation is also rapidly deteriorating along the Lebanon front. Israeli airstrikes are intensifying across southern and central Beirut, as well as surrounding regions. In one major development, a targeted strike killed a political figure in a predominantly Christian area, raising serious concerns about internal instability within Lebanon. Civilian casualties are rising sharply, and more than 1 million people are now estimated to be displaced. This marks a significant expansion of the conflict beyond border clashes, with deeper strikes inside Lebanese territory. We are also seeing a rapidly worsening humanitarian crisis. Medical officials report that healthcare infrastructure in Lebanon is nearing collapse. Hospitals have been hit, overwhelmed, or forced to shut down. There are now reports of more than 160 incidents involving medical facilities or personnel being affected by the conflict. Emergency services are struggling to keep up with the scale of casualties, and aid organizations warn that the situation could deteriorate even further if the fighting continues at this pace. At the same time, strikes are being reported inside Iran itself. U.S. and Israeli operations have targeted infrastructure, energy sites, and key facilities. Among the reported targets are university-linked locations and fuel-related infrastructure. Dozens of casualties have been reported. Iranian officials are now vowing retaliation, stating that future responses will match the scale and intensity of incoming attacks. Stepping back, the scope of this conflict is expanding rapidly. We are now looking at a multi-front war involving Israel, Iran, and Lebanon, with increasing risk of broader regional involvement. Global markets are already reacting, and oil prices remain highly sensitive to developments surrounding the Strait of Hormuz. Any disruption there could have immediate worldwide economic consequences. Military analysts warn that the next 24 to 48 hours could be decisive. We will continue to monitor every development in real time. Stay with World Conflict Live 24/7 for continuous coverage, live feeds, and verified updates as this situation unfolds. If you would like to support the channel and ongoing coverage, there are donation links pinned in the live chat. Any support is greatly appreciated.